Hey guys, it's the Shiny Bishop here, and I was just at the Lost Thunder pre-releases, and I did okay. I went 1-2, 2-1, not 1-2. And as I did for Ultra Prism and Forbidden Light, I thought I might as well profile my deck to you, and so let's begin. To start off, we have my main line, which is a 5, a 5, 2, 2 Primarina line. And just before we get to the rest of it, I really shouldn't have played 5 Poplio. I really feel that, like, overall, there was no reason to play 5 Poplio. I really shouldn't have had it. There's, like, 2 cards in this list that I really shouldn't have played when there were better options. In this case, TV Reporter. And, overall, I really should have just played 4 Poplio and the TV Reporter, and not 5 Poplio. Anyways, let's get to Primarina. I never used its attack, but its ability, Harmonics, basically allows you to attach 2 basic energy instead of 1 for your turn. And what I would do is I would use one of my many war energy that we'll get to later to accelerate to my attackers. Similar to what I did with Malamar. Although, unlike Malamar, it's from your hand, not your discard pile. So overall, that's that, and Malamar was stage 1, but anyways. Moving on to the other Pokemon. We have a 1-1 Naganadel line. And Poipol's okay, it can look at when you're face down price cards. But it's really all about Nagladel, which its ability allows you to attach a basic energy to it from your discard pile. And this makes it a lot easier to get it set up because not really all you have to do is attach and then Primarina. So that's amazing, and its attack for 3 colorless energy, it just allows you to do 80 damage, and if your opponent has 3 prize cards remaining, it also does an extra 80, so 160, which is really, really, really good in pre-releases. So, Naganadel line, and then we get to the air attackers. We got my pre-release promo, Suicune, has an okay ability. I don't think I ever used it for attacking, though. Mantine, who was funnily enough one of my main attackers. Free Retreat for the ability. And for 3 energy, it does just as 100, which is really good in pre-releases, and 120 HP. The worst Pokemon in this deck, and the one I really should not have played, Bruxish. I was intending to use it for its second attack. I never use it. I really should not have played this in general. I should have played something else. So, overall, Bruxish, bad. The other star of the show, Onyx, which I used to take 2 of my games, just 4 energy, 120, when you have Primarina in play, allows you to get this up in 2 turns, and it's just really good. And 120 HP is also okay. Kecleon just allows you for 1 colorless energy to do 60 damage to an evolution Pokemon, and as we know, pre-releases are almost entirely evolution Pokemon, where the evolution pack Pokemon you pull, GXs that are stage 1 and 2s. So Kecleon was okay. Moving on to the trainers. We got 2 Sightseers, good for drawing, especially when you have like hands that have, like, I remember in, I believe it was my game 2, all I had to do, like, I had a hand that was, no joke, like, almost entirely, I think it was, like, Poplio, Primarina, Bruxish, and I had no reason to have that hand, so I Sightseered just getting rid of all of that, and I was still able to draw a couple cards, and it's just really good. One copycat, I never was able to get this, but it's good for drawing. One underground exploration, expedition, not exploration. Just good for getting cards from the bottom of your deck. One Howl for drawing, one Kahili for drawing, and then one Lucamine Prism Star, which I was intending to use with Naglidel. Funnily enough, I never was able to get Lucamine Prism, but it was still a cool thing that I was trying to use throughout the time I was there. Then for the items, one Nest Ball and one Timer Ball. Just good for searching out Pokemon, and I wish I got more than that for the items, but that's normally all you get. And finally, free energy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 water energy. So, now that we've done our deck profile, I might as well discuss my games. So game 1, I funnily enough went up against my best friend, since we went to the pre-release together, like always. And he was playing Wigglytuff Ampharos, and there was one turn in the game that entirely changed it. Because the thing was, he had confused me with his Flaffy, and I had Kecleon in the active. If I had hit a heads on Kecleon, I would have won the game, because then he would not be able to knock out with Wigglytuff. I would be able to go into Naglidel and get the knockout, and he would have nothing else on field. But because I hit Tails, he was able to just sweep me with Wigglytuff for game. So, truly, that's another example of when one head decides the entire game. On to game 2, I was able to get Naglidel up, get a knockout. I was able to get Onix up, get a knockout, and I was able to get Mantine to do some damage, and I was able to win the game by putting myself in the position where there was no way his Wigglytuff, since he was also playing Wigglytuff Ampharos, I was able to get to a position where there was no way his Wigglytuff would survive both a attack from Mantine and an attack from Naglidel. And I think the guy I went up against round 2 was a Worlds competitor, so that was definitely good for me, since besides these pre-releases, I have had no true experience with the TCG in terms of tournaments. And then game 3, I went up against this guy who seems pretty nice, honestly, and I was just able to sweep him with Onix, and it felt really bad, since he seemed like a really nice guy, honestly. But, things happen. And so those were my games. And, as I said before, I might as well, just do a quick little talk about what it would change. I would definitely get rid of Bruxish. That's the big thing. Get rid of Bruxish. I really should not have played this, and maybe in its place have a TV reporter, since that I really should have had that for consistency. I would also take out one of the 60 HP Poplio, since I did not pull an Elm. Take out one of the 60 HP Poplio, and I would actually put in the Tapu Fini from the set, since I don't have it on me right now, but what the Tapu Fini does is, for a fairy and a colorless, if you flip ahead, you just shuffle your opponent's Pokemon back into your deck. So what I could have done is, since Primarina, if I read this correctly, yeah, if Primarina can attach not only water but fairy, so what I could have done is like taken out 3 water energy and in its place have fairy, because keep in mind, like Onyx, Nagladel, Suicune to a lesser extent, all of those can attack with fairy energy attached. So if I had TV Reporter, Tabu Fini, and a couple fairy energies in this list, instead of Poplio, Bruxish, and these water energy, I feel I probably would have went undefeated, honestly. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's just from what I could tell. I was also thinking about running Wait and See Hammer, but I just didn't because I didn't really see a point in doing so. But besides that, that's about it. So I hope you all have a good rest of the day. Bye.